Hey, what's up, guys? Glad you're here for our Thursday Hangout. It's March 10th. Today, we're going to be talking about getting new coaches started. Before we dive into that, just a couple of quick announcements, things that we want to make sure that you're aware of as you continue to build your coaching business. First of all, just so you know, a number of us are going to be on the Beachbody cruise starting on Saturday. So, use the team page, help each other out, help answer questions. This is a great time to kind of use some of your leadership skills. Here's what we find is that newer coaches, maybe coaches that have been around for a little bit, but maybe they're not having the success that they want to this point. So they feel as if they're not qualified to answer certain questions, to help out in certain areas, when the truth is you are qualified to do that. You can absolutely answer questions if there's questions in the team page, and point people to the right resources. That's something that we do a lot of. Instead of just giving somebody the answer, pointing them to the FAQ or something that they can look at to find the answer, because that's how we all get better, is by being empowered and learning where to find the information. So over the next week or so, we're going to be asking for a lot of help on the team page, in the different groups that we have going on, from all of you, to help us as we are on a cruise ship, and really are going to have limited access to the internet. And with that, we would encourage you. This is for me and Jessica. This is our 10th trip that we're taking with Beachbody that they pay for. They pay for the trip, and we have to get there, but they pretty much pay for everything else involved. And these trips, if it weren't for Beachbody and and this opportunity, the reality is that we would never take trips like this, and we would never have the opportunity to do this. So we are just so extremely grateful for that. And I want to encourage you to put these on your goal list, put these rewards trips on your list. So even if the trip is booked up, get on the waiting list, because trust me, there are a lot of people who registered for the trip who aren't going to be able to qualify. And if you're building your business, if you're consistent, if you're hitting Success Club, you're going to have that opportunity. And there really is no greater feeling than being able to take your family on a vacation that's pretty much completely paid for. Like I said, you got to pay for your airfare, you got to get there, but everything else Beachbody takes care of, and they definitely know how to do a vacation or rewards trip right. They always have so many different special events for us, and so I just encourage you to put these on your goal list and go for them. It's going to help push you every single day, every single month, to have that goal at the end, at the end of the road, that light at the end of the tunnel, something that you're constantly pushing for. So, other announcement that I want to let everybody know about, obviously a couple of promotions that are going on with 22-minute hardcore. Make sure you're utilizing that to launch your next group. If I were you, I would be building a fitness challenge group, a support group around that program to launch in April, right? Talking about it now, getting people involved now, so that come April, you're ready to go. The other thing I want to let everybody know about, in case you missed it, 3-day refresh is on sale. That's something that we're going to focus on doing together as a team. The 3-day refresh after Easter, okay, is when we're going to do that. So if you'd like to do that with us, we would love to have you join us in those 3 days. Part of our vital behaviors is to be proof that these products work, right? And so for you to do something like the 3-day refresh and show your results, show how it's worked for you, share the struggles, the challenges that you've had with that program, share your experience. That's how you get people to do it, right? Because they see you do it and they're like, okay, that person did it, I can probably do this too. So 3-day refresh is on sale right now. So take advantage of that, and then see if you can have people that want to do it with you. Again, if you refer 3 of those things to 3 different people, yours is paid for, right? So you don't have to worry about that that cost. But again, having those results is going to help your business, right? To show again that you're proof these products work. So those are the things that we wanted to announce. Can't think of anything else right now. If there's if you have any questions about any of the promotions, be sure to check your back office in the coach breaking news on the right-hand side. That's where all the details will be there, or you can check the FAQ and that'll give you information on that as well. So today we're going to be talking about, again, getting your new coaches started. And this is, getting a new coach started is, it's never a perfect process, right? There's always things that you're learning, things that you're tweaking, things that you're changing, customizing around to try to get better, right? I mean, the process that we have now is way better than it was when we started, because we didn't have a process. We didn't do anything. We said, congratulations, pat on the back, go get them. We didn't know what we were doing. So now, we have some groups in place. We have training in place. But I want to make sure that we're all on the same page as far as what we're doing with our team, so that it's easy for you to just plug people in and duplicate the process down the road. Okay, so first of all, I want to just kind of cover why it's important to help your new coaches get started. The way that we look at it, when we sponsor a new coach, we don't recruit coaches. Right? We don't recruit coaches, we sponsor them. And by sponsoring them, that means that we're taking a responsibility. We're looking at it as our responsibility to help them get started, right? People that recruit, just recruit people, those are the people that are just like, okay, welcome aboard, good luck, go get them. And you might have some people that come out of that, but if you want to have more success, you want to take that person by the hand initially and point them to the resources and look at it as your responsibility, as your duty to guide that new coach, right? Guide them along the path, point them to the resources and the tools that can help them, okay? We're not telling you to do it for your coach. We can't do things for you, but we can do things with you. We can be there along with you to help guide you and connect you to the resources and tools that are gonna shorten your learning curve, that are gonna help you to grow your business. So those are some of the reasons why you want to invest time into helping your new coach get started. The how-to, right? Everybody wants to know, okay, so how do you actually do it? So we're going to cover some things that we've been working on kind of in the background and testing out and tweaking, and we finally have kind of our documents in place and systems in place to be able to officially launch and roll it out to everybody. So again, so it's easy for you to just plug people in and duplicate it along the line. So couple things to know, to cover about how we're getting new coaches started. So if you're taking notes, if you're following kind of the step-by-step process, the first thing that we're doing is sending them a welcome message. You can send them a welcome email, a welcome private message, a welcome text. It really doesn't matter what format it is, but welcoming them to the team, right? Welcoming them aboard. And then the second step in that process is sending them. We've created kind of a get started right checklist, get started right form that we're going to share with everybody that you can copy and make your own. We would definitely recommend not sending ours, because our form will come to us, and in that form it's going to share information about your new coach, right? They're going to go through the process and share with you, why did they become a coach, right? What are some of their goals? What are some of the things that they want to achieve? And as their sponsor, it's important for you to know that. Yes, it's great if we know that too, but you are the one that's going to be working closely with that new coach. So you want to create your own format. And again, we have some videos and some tutorials to show you how to exactly create that. But in that new form, they're gonna learn some of the basics right in there. They're gonna learn how to set up their websites. They're gonna learn, learn a little bit about Success Club, learn a little bit about getting to Emerald, some of those basics, right? The importance of Shakeology, that kind of stuff. And then what we do after they complete that form is we add them into our training group, our new coach training group. And what that group consists of is just a 7-day, it's a 7-day group, okay? 7 days to kind of help a new coach get their business going. And there's a daily training every single day. We encourage, if you're a diamond coach, we encourage you to run your own group, because your coaches are going to be seeing you as their leader, okay? And we want that. You know, we want people to be, when you mention Mark and Jessica, we want people to, on your team to say, who is that, right? We want them to see you as the leader. And again, you might be kind of, if you're a diamond coach, and you might be nervous about that, or maybe you're almost diamond and you're like, oh, now I don't know if I want to get to diamond because I don't want to have all this responsibility. Again, it's literally copy and paste, plug and play, very, very, very simple, duplicatable process. But you plug them into your 7-day, and guys, feel free to ask questions in the chat. If you have questions as we're going through this. But it's 7 days to help your new coach launch their business, to help them, again, kind of reiterate some of the important information about why it's important to hit Success Club, why it's important to rank advanced to Emerald, you know, kind of the how to do that. And they just go through that training, right? 7 days to launch their business. We have a little bit of Facebook training in there to help them clean up their profile and you know, make it presentable. But 7 days to help them launch their business. Okay. Once they have completed that training, once they've completed that training, they will then go into a separate group. They'll be invited to a separate group, so they have to complete the training, or else we're not moving them on. Right? We're not going to just push people through just to say that they're going through the training, because it doesn't do anybody any good. It doesn't do them any good. It doesn't do us any good. So once they've completed the 7 days, and we'll know because, you know, we're looking in that group, they'll be invited to join a 14, 15-day group. I mean, not necessarily 15 days, but there's like 15 lessons in the group, and it's more of a self-paced training. Okay, so they can go through the training lessons, comment on each lesson, and say, you know, done. Tag their sponsor so that their sponsor knows that they're done. So if maybe you're not a diamond coach, you're not running your own group, maybe you're an emerald coach, you have a few coaches that are going through it, they're going to be tagging you so you know that they're done, right? So that way, when your new coach is asking you a question on something, you can look and you can see, okay, there was a lesson about this, they haven't gone through it yet, right? They haven't gone through that lesson. So 15 lessons to go through, and then once they complete that, and again, we're going to know that they complete that because they're going to be tagging us. They're going to be, you know, tagging you as their sponsor. Then we'll be running some additional groups, you know, more accountability style groups, to help people kind of take their business to the next level, to get to diamond, to get to star diamond, and that kind of stuff. So the process, the system that we want to follow is sending that new coach welcome letter with the form, so that you get to know your coach better. And you might think that you know your new coach, but I would encourage you to still send that form, because you might learn some things that you never knew, right? Send them that form. Adding them, you know, having them request to be added to the new coach training. And you can add them to the larger Team Infinity page if you want. If you have your own team page, add them to that page. You know, and welcome them to the team page. Adding them to the 7-day training after they've completed that form. Again, we don't want people to go into that 7-day training because without finishing that form, because there's going to be some stuff in that document that we're not going to be covering. And so if they're asking questions about that, we're going to know that they didn't actually go through the training. Okay. The whole point of this, of having systems like this in place, having processes in place that people need to qualify for, is to help you as a leader, as you grow your business, to help you to identify the people that you should be investing your time into, right? Because I'll be honest, Jessica and myself, we are going to invest way more time into somebody who's taking action every day and coming to us with questions, because we know they're asking these questions because they're taking action. It's not just like, okay, hey, how do I set up my website? Because all that information is there. They're questions about specific situations that they're dealing with. Hey, I invited somebody and they said this. How should I reply? Right. Those are the types of questions that we know. Okay, somebody's actually taking action. So let me invest into this person. Right. rather than somebody who just doesn't show up for themselves and yet almost demands that we respond to them, right? Like, hey, okay, I asked a question, now I need you to respond to me right now. Well, I'm sorry, you haven't been showing up for yourself for the past 60 days, 6 months, a year. I have other people it's a disservice for me to take time away from them to go to somebody that hasn't shown up for themselves in the past 6 months, year. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because that is having that philosophy with your own business as your team grows. Trust me, you're going to be spread thin, and if you try to give everybody equal time, it's impossible. It's impossible to do it, right? I don't know what you're talking about, 80-20, so you can talk. Okay. What does it have to do with this?
20%. Even knowing that the numbers are going to be 100% of the people are going to be doing all the work.
Right.
So you're getting the
you can talk.
Time.
You can talk. It's okay.
I don't know how it goes exactly, but it's what. How do you say his name?
The 80-20 rule?
Yeah. Yeah. So you're investing 80% of your time into. It's like your clothes. Okay, I wear this shirt like all the time. I wear the same stuff all the time. I wear what, 80% of my clothes? No, 20% of my clothes 80% of the time. So it's the same with this in business. It's the same with everything. It's like food. I mean, I eat the same foods, same concept. So with this business, it's the same thing. When 20% of the people, you're going to want to invest 80% of your time into 20% of the people, because that's the people that you're going to see are going to be rising and needing your time more because they're putting in the action like Mark's talking about. Not needing it like just being needy, but doing the work, so you know that this is the people you want to empower to be leaders. We want to empower everyone, but we cannot physically do that. We can't, because we're only one person. You're only one person, so you have to. Isn't there a book on that? Look that up. Google 80-20 rule, and you'll find out about why you're going to save yourself so much sanity and time for yourself that you're not. I don't want to say wasting, but you'll just see that where people are deserving of your time, it's because they're giving back,
Right.
Instead of you just always giving and not getting anything back. Like, that's draining on you. That's going to be draining as you build a bigger team and your organization gets huge. So that's a huge concept to really understand.
Yeah, some of the mistakes that we made early on, because when we got started, we didn't have a coach to show us anything. So we, would search and Google search and look in the back office. We actually didn't have a coach online office back then. So it was a lot of internet searches to try to learn how to do this. And in the beginning, we were like, when we have a team, we're gonna be there. Whenever our team needs us, we're gonna be there. And we started doing that. And we started getting extremely drained, extremely frustrated, because people would be texting or calling from 6:30 in the morning till midnight. They'd be texting or calling and saying, "Hey, I have a question. I have a prospect on the phone. I need help right now." And that is extremely draining when you have that. And it's tempting to say, "Oh, let me help this person." But the one thing that we've learned is that very few things in this business are an absolute emergency that you have to drop everything and attend that. So that kind of goes towards time management and being able to manage your time appropriately and block out specific hours to work your business and sticking to it. It's something that we're working very hard on continuing to do. Getting better. We're not there yet, but we're trying to get better at that. And some of you might have even noticed that over the past few months, few years. Like before, when we would instantly respond in a team page, now it might take us a few hours because we have specific times where we're checking the team pages. In the morning and the afternoon and evening. Not in there all the time, and you shouldn't be in there either. You shouldn't be in the challenge groups all the time. You should have specific times that you go in to check those groups. So a couple of quick tips that I want to leave you guys with as a sponsor. Number one, as you sponsor a new coach, make sure that you're plugging them into whatever type of fitness accountability, fitness support challenge group that you have, right? As a brand new coach, one of the top things that you want them to focus on is their own results, right? Creating their own story when it comes to their physical transformation. You want them to work on being the best challenger, right? The best client, customer engaged in the group, so that they can know what it's like, so they can experience that for themselves. The second thing is to check on your coach often, but not so often that you're overwhelming them, right? I think checking in every single day is probably a little bit too much, right? You want to give them some breathing room. Otherwise, it feels like you're pushing and you're trying to pressure them to do something. Give them some room, give them some time to adjust, give them some time to start going through the information. And again, the people who are going through the activities are showing up, those are the ones you want to invest your time in. So the third tip is to spend time with those, the people that show effort, not the people that you think will be amazing, right? And that's so hard to do because you sponsor coaching, you're like, oh, this person's gonna be awesome. They already love health and fitness. They said they're motivated. They said they're driven. They have a huge why. And then they don't do anything, right? They have all the potential in the world, but they don't actually put the effort in and do anything. Number 4, don't drag your coaches, right? Don't drag them along. They have to want it for themselves. We talk about this all the time, is that success in this business, if you succeed in this business, it's because of the effort that you did, not because of the effort we did. And in the same breath, if you fail with this business, it's because of what you didn't do, not because of what we didn't do, right? Success or failure is up to you. You're the key. You're the difference maker, whether you succeed or fail in this business. We're going to be here for you, to be alongside you, to point you to the right resources, to connect you to the tools, to help you to avoid any pitfalls, any landmines that we stepped on along the way. But we can't do it for you, right? A lot of this stuff, it's like riding a bike. We can teach you how to do it. We can give you all the training, but until you actually hop on that bike and try to find your balance and are willing to fall down and scrape your knee a little bit, until you're willing to do that, you're not going to learn how to ride that bike. You're not going to learn how to find your balance. And then once you get it, right? Once you get it, you never forget how to do it, right? And you continue to get better along the way. Pretty sure those of you who know how to ride a bike, right? I'm pretty sure those of you who know how to ride a bike, you can ride a bike better now than you did when you were 5 years old, right? You get better at it the more you do it. The 5th tip, if you see your new coach stop commenting on some of the group posts, kind of disappearing, check in with them, right? Just don't let them completely go away. Check in, see if everything's okay. Maybe they had something come up, life situation happen, but find out what's going on in their world to see how you can help, and then invite them to the next 7-day group, right? So these groups are the initial new coach group is 7 days, right? It's quick, it's in and out. We're going to be starting them every single Monday. They're going to go Monday through Sunday. Okay? Monday through Sunday. The people who are in that group get removed. The new group gets added. So Monday through Sunday. If they don't go through the group, invite them to attend again. If it's not right timing for them, don't push it. Don't pressure them, right? It's just like when they got started. I'm sure when you invited them to sign up as a coach, they didn't first invite say, yes, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Where have you been all my life? You probably had to invite them a couple times. You probably had to talk to them a couple times. They probably had to watch your Facebook posts for a couple of months and see what you were doing, to see if you were serious about this. And then they jumped in. It's the same thing here, right? You might have some coaches that they say they want to do it, but their actions will tell you what they really want to do. If they're really motivated, they'll jump in and do it. If they don't have that really, urgent reason for doing it, they might take their time, and that's okay. We were discount coaches for over 18 months. I mean, what if somebody would have just, nobody really did pay attention to us, but if we did have a coach and they would have, just disregarded us, what would have happened, right? Would we have quit? I don't know. Invite them to come back. If it's the last thing though is, if it's their second, third, fourth time not completing the training, I would kind of let them know that, hey, this might not be the best time for you, and like tell them, just so kind of you kind of give them that out. Let them know this might not be the best time for you to do this, and that's totally cool. If you want to focus on your own transformation right now, let's work on that. If that's holding you back, let's work on that. Let's start getting you some results so that you can start you can start having confidence in what you do and building that belief in what you do, right? Because that's what it's all about. The only reason that people don't go out and share the opportunity, the products with people as much as they say they want to, is because they just don't believe in it like they should, right? They might, yeah, it's pretty good, right? They're pretty good fitness programs, but they don't if you really believed in it, you would be telling everybody, right? If you really believed in the coaching opportunity, you would be telling everybody. If you really believed it was an opportunity to completely change your life, you would be telling everybody, right? You would have the mindset that it's actually selfish of you to not tell people, to not share an opportunity that can completely change their life physically, financially, emotionally, add more positive influences to their life. I mean, who doesn't want more positive people around, right? Who doesn't want to be involved with a community of positive, like-minded people? Believe me, we have a lot of coaches on this team that's the number one reason they're here, is because it's a positive environment. They have negativity all around them all day long, and they have one place that they can come, and people are positive, people are motivating, people are encouraging. If they mess up, they're not judging them, and people want that in their life. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to share that. I heard a great tip from a training that we recently came across from Janelle Summers, who is I think like 3 times 15-star, something ridiculous, one of the top coaches in the company. And she said that if in your head, if you can list the people that you need to follow up with, you're not talking to enough people. Right? You're not talking to enough people if you actually know the people's names in your head. You should have a list and say, you know what, I have no clue who I have to follow up with today, but let me go to my list to see. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about this person, this person, this person. And if you're not keeping a list, it's very easy to lose track of those people. So have some type of tracking system for that. But go out and share this. Again, share it as, have that mindset of, man, I'm actually being selfish, right? I'm here for a reason. Think about it. Why are you here? Why are you on this call? Why do you hop into our team pages? Why do you go into the training groups? It's for a reason. You want to better your life in some way, physically, financially. Do you think maybe out of 500 million people between the US and Canada that there might be 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 or 100 other people that you have a connection with or can meet that might also want that? I think there is. I think there is. And so we have a lot of things going on, with the company, with the team, a lot of exciting things. And our hope and our wish for you is that you would plug in, that you would take advantage of the resources that we have available, of the training we have, of any help that we're able to offer. Take advantage of it to help you achieve the goals that you have for you and your family. All right. So that is kind of I'm going to share the document that we've created with those forms, so you can go ahead and recreate the forms for yourself. So you can have those documents for you. So when you sponsor a new coach, you can send them the form. If you are, if you've never filled out a form like this, I would encourage you to fill it out. Right, like go through the process, and we're gonna open up kind of as a one-time deal. If you would like to participate, because I know I've actually had some conversations with coaches this week that, for one reason or another, kind of disengaged with their Beachbody business over the past 6 months, year, and miss it. They miss that positive environment. They're re-engaging, and so we decided to open up for this week. If you want to participate in our next group starting on Monday, go through the process. Right, we're going to post the document. So as we see people filling out the form, even if you're an existing coach, you can then have access to our new training group and just go through it like a brand new coach. So that number one, it'll be a good refresher for you, help you to build that belief system again for you. And then number two, to know exactly what your coaches are going to be going through as they go through new training, right? And that's going to give you more confidence to say, yeah, here's the process, here's what you're going to see. As they have questions, you're going to know how to help them answer their questions because you've been through it, right? I mean, how much more confidence are you going to have knowing what we talked about rather than your new coach coming to you and saying, hey, Jessica and Mark talked about this in the training. How do I deal with that? And you're like, what? You have no idea what we're talking about or explaining in the group because you didn't go through it yourself, right? So that opportunity is going to be there for you. If you decide to take advantage of it, we would encourage you to do that. We'll post the document for all the training. You have access to it. Again, the document that we have, our new coach training document, it's always it's like a living document, right? So as we learn new strategies, as we go on some of these trips, some of these rewards trips, or leadership, or summit, or collaborate with other top coaches in the network and some of the groups that we're in, we're picking their brains. Like, okay, what are you doing in this situation? How are you handling that with your team? And we're incorporating it into what we do. And everybody does the same thing, right? You'd be blown away at some of these groups that we have with, again, 5-star and above coaches that from the outside perspective, everybody thinks, wow, they're a 5-star diamond. They must know everything. They must have the perfect system and the perfect process for everything. It kind of cracked me up last week. So after last week's call, we had Brigitte Linford on, which she was amazing. If you missed that call, go back and watch it. In our study group, we were talking about getting new coaches started, and she chimes in. As successful as she's been, she's in the Millionaires Club, 15-star diamond, super successful coach. Her comment to some of the ideas that were bouncing around was, this is so amazing. One of the areas that I struggle with is getting new coaches started. And I'm like, what? You are struggling with that too? And so it just goes to show that nobody has all the answers. Everybody's learning and continuing to get better and continuing to improve processes. And so if you feel like, I can't do this because I don't know everything yet, or I don't have all the answers yet, nobody has all the answers. The top coaches don't have all the answers. We're all learning and growing together. It's a matter of going out and taking action and just doing it and figuring some of it out along the way. The huge advantage that all of you have is that there are a lot of mistakes that we've made that we're like, yeah, definitely don't do that, right? Don't invite like that. Don't post all this stuff on your wall. Don't do some of that stuff. Then we can guide you away from some of those mistakes. And then some of the other stuff, again, it's just tweaking it, figuring out what works for you. Again, you're going to have the entire document of our 7-day system and the 15 lessons that we're going to go through. We'll think about that. Maybe we'll just give you a 7-day. We'll see how we'll see. Yeah, maybe for the first one we'll do that. But my point is to take that information and don't say, okay, here are the 10 commandments of getting new coaches started and training coaches, like they're etched in stone, I can never change it. No, you can, if you have certain things that you really like doing, or you find, as you're building your team starts to have this culture of whatever, run with it, right?
Let me give you an example of that, like for getting started coaching. Like, so when we didn't know anything in the beginning, we did some home parties in the beginning. We didn't know anything about anything else, and somebody told us to do that, so we did that. I know Janina on our team has done really well with that. Some other top coaches, that's how they start their coaches. They're not as into social media. We are much more into social media now because there's just so much more power behind it. But there is still power in that process. Like, I mean, a lot of companies still do get together at coffee shops or something like that. So if that is something you feel comfortable with, and that's something in your team culture is good with, then go with that. What I mean? Do what's working for you.
Yeah, these are more of guidelines of things to cover, not set in stone, hard set rules that you have to cover this information. They're more guidelines. You know, we have a good friend, Ashley Haffey. One of her top ways that she presents the business is in person at a coffee shop. She meets one-on-one with people and explains, you know, shows them a quick video and will explain some things and have a one-on-one meeting with them. Again, you'll as you grow, you'll figure out what styles resonate with you, what you like to do. These are just kind of the initial starting points. And then as you grow, as you master some of these things, you'll start to branch out and you'll realize, you know, oh man, I really love Instagram. I really love Twitter, Periscope, blogging. I love this way to build my business. You know, and we are attracting coaches to our team that also love this. Let's really invest in this type of training. So that's it. That's all I have today. Just wanted to share with you guys some of the things that we've been working on, some of these processes and systems that are in place that are for your benefit. So again, if you want to participate in the 7-day new coach training that we're going to start on Monday, we have one going right now. We'll start a new one on Monday. It's going to start every Monday through Sunday. If you're an existing coach, here's your chance to join it. Okay, we're not going to open this up to existing coaches forever. Here's your chance to join it and go through the process and see what it's all about. So if you want to do it, if you want to take advantage of it, it's there for you. If not, that's cool too. We never judge. Whenever you're ready, we're here. All right, guys?
Did you know about, I don't know if you guys saw, we're leaving today for the cruise. Did you show them that?
Yeah.
Okay, but Carl Deckler, keep an eye out for on his page. Tomorrow he's making a big announcement for all those people that are not on the cruise. It's tomorrow? I don't know, sometime this week. So keep an eye out on his Facebook page.
Go to Carl Deichler's page and follow it and turn on notifications.
Right.
So you get that.
Okay.
Cool.
And then everyone should be on the trip next year.
That's right. Register for it.
Punta2017.com.
Yeah, go there, register for it, get on the waiting list. Again, they're going to be, they've already sent out emails to people who registered and haven't started to meet some of the qualifications to stay on the list. So people are going to start dropping off that list. And as spots open up, you want to be focusing on hitting Success Club, helping people, earning those Success Club points so that when a spot opens up, they take it based on Success Club points. So if you're working on your Success Club points and you're helping people and you know, if you're helping people, at Success Club points are just part of the natural process of it. So focus on helping people, focus on with their fitness, with you know, earning extra income, whatever their goals are, help them do that, and eventually you'll get what you want. You'll achieve the goals you have. So, all right, guys, that's it. We got to go. We got a plane to catch. Love having all you guys on. If you have any questions, let me know. You can check out the recording if you want to go back through this stuff on the team YouTube channel, youtube.com/Team Infinity Videos. All right, guys, have an awesome day. We'll talk to you later.
Okay.